Our faith teaches us that there is a heaven. And because there is such a place, there must exist such a place as hell. But what our teachings omitted, Paul, is that
Fox News alert. It's been a busy 24 hours for the president as he tries to make a deal with Democrats on border security and the shutdown.
Okay, let me first step in and say this. This whole situation that's going on with Trump right now is absolutely crazy. And you know what? It has everything to do with the New World Order system. The Democrats have an agenda, and that agenda is to usher in the New World Order. First, before you have a global order, you have to have zero borders. Zero. None. Everything has to merge together. And what Trump is doing, the nationalism here, is that he's building a wall and he wants to protect the country in some point of views that people have. Now, the Democrats are against that. So what do? They make him look bad and they put all the blame on him. But technically, Hillary Clinton was supposed to become president, and her job was to finish off what Obama was doing over there with the oil. See, that's the whole reason why they went over there in the beginning, you know, to set up a 9/11 conspiracy situation, crash a couple planes in the towers, go over there, take some oil, have a reason to do it, make the good guys look like bad guys, call it a day. But anyway, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to speak to the facts and tell you that this situation right here is all planned. So I was watching this video last night, the Trump speech, and I was watching it, I couldn't help but notice something in the top corner. You see his head? Now if you look to the top, I couldn't tell what that really was. I don't have the software to actually break it down, unfortunately, but what I can say is these things that are controlling these people, I want to call them fallen angels, but I just don't know what exactly they are. But they are there. And if you look to the top of his head, to the top right, you'll see the face. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a picture and I'm going to blow up the face just a little bit more so you guys can see. Now, do you see that? Let me see here. You see that right there? The top corner right there. Let me just enhance it. This is what I've been trying to tell people about right here. This right here. I was trying to tell people today, they are real. Do you see this? It's like, I can't believe nobody is talking about it. And I was like, the first 15 seconds of watching this man on TV, I saw it. And I was like, they are there with them. And I even tweeted Trump and I said, do you see who was in your window? Now, first thing people want to say is, oh, that's a reflection. Oh, no, that's nothing. Yeah, I saw Trump turn in his chair and this thing right here did not move at all. It did not move. In fact, it shifted a little bit. That's the craziest thing. It's a face right here, and on the other side, there's another face. If you got the software to enhance this video, please enhance it so we can see this face right here. This right here is your fallen angels, ladies and gentlemen. These are the real controllers. These are not the handlers. These are the real controllers. These are the ones that are at the top of the pyramid that are calling the shots over your leaders. You put your trust in politicians. You are crazy. You're going to vote for someone who is going to take orders from this thing right here. Look at the face. It's looking. It's watching. It's watching you, or it's watching him, or whatever it's watching. And nobody sees it because it's in the window. No one bothers to say, well, let me look and see if I see some coded messages or cryptic messages or something like that. No, you're going to see them. They popped up before with Obama. In fact, let me get to that video right now, actually. But anyway, as you see over here, you see this face as well. This one, I don't know if I can actually zoom in or whatever, but zoom into fill. I can't move it. That's the crazy part. But if you look in the top corner, you'll see two eyes right there, and I'm guessing this is a mouth or a head. This is the face right here. This is the one I gave you a hands up on. But anyway, so this is another video that I found on the internet because I wanted to do some research and I really wanted to get to the bottom of this and figure out what they really were. I do know that they are entities, they are demons, they are fallen angels, whatever. I just can't tell between the two. They're usually all the same, but this is another one that a guy, his name is The Scariest Movie Channel Ever, or The Scariest Movie Ever, a YouTube channel. You should check him out. I love his videos. He speaks truth. He hits the nail on the head, for real. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this. This is not the first time they were seen. In fact, well, let the video play for itself.
And this right here is a perfect example. It's Obama, and it's his speech on Syria, where I mean essentially he's saying that we're going to war. Okay, so I guess it would be appropriate then that we find this bizarre image in the window right behind him. And I do believe a lot of the time these spirits from the other side do reveal themselves, especially at key moments. And if ever there was a key moment, this would be it. Because like I said, if you haven't seen this, check it out sometime. This is where Obama is saying we're pretty much going to war. World War III is right here. So, keep your eyes on Damascus. I'll say that much. All right, but anyway, just check this out a little bit.
Preparing to use chemical weapons, launching rockets in the highly populated suburbs.
He highlights it right here.
It also presents a serious danger to
see
our
it?
national security.
It's kind of hard to make it out, but there you
It
go.
risks making a mockery of the global prohibition on the...
I'm hoping you kind of make that out. Okay. Weird, right? Looks like kind of like a clown type face. All right, it's all kind of colored up, but it's obviously some kind of a face.
Weapons.
There you go. It's a pretty good shot of it right there. So I watched the whole speech, and this thing never moves. It's always there. What is this? Is this the spirit that is controlling Obama? Is this possible these things can happen? Well, I'm going to jump ahead here and show you this. When I saw this, the reason I wanted to make a video is I remembered something very similar had happened a while back with George Bush. So here's George Bush. He's giving a speech in front of the White House. Same spot, pretty much. And then we want to look right over here behind his right shoulder, okay? Right back over here. You can kind of make it out, and I think this guy closes in on this a little bit here in a second. Let me see. And of course he's saying the same thing. Could it just be a crazy reflection? There it is. Can you kind of make that out? It looks like a gray alien, right? I know, sounds crazy. And of course I know there'll be a lot of people saying, it's just a reflection. Well, I watched this entire thing as well. That thing never moves. People are moving by it, moving back and forth, but it never moves. It just stays there the whole time. There we go. Some still frames or still shots, but there it is. Creepy looking little gray alien reflected right behind George Bush during one of his speeches. And, if you're still into the partisan politics, then it's time to walk away. I mean, again, what we're dealing with is, if you want to call, say, Illuminati or the Luciferians or whatever, but these are, essentially the controllers of our world. These are the people who are laying out the groundwork for the one world order, the one world government. But wait, there's more, so there's more on Bush. Here's another one I found, too. Doing another speech right here. Let me open this up a little bit, and once again, right over his shoulder right here in the window, you can make out another alien head, okay? And it's there the entire time. I'll trace it a little bit with a cursor. Kill that volume, but you can kind of see it right here. And I'm going to go to another video where somebody actually saw this and tried to trace it out a little bit for you. But there it is throughout the entire thing right here with Bush. You still have that little face back there. There's the eyes. Once again, there's the domish type head, and then there's the head, or the domish top, and then there's the head. You see it right here pretty clearly.
Here's another clip I found on YouTube. I couldn't really find any articles that were speaking about this, but if you look to the straight shot, straight to the right, and you see that face right there, you can't tell me that you don't understand what's really going on. They are real. They're in your government. This is real stuff. This is no Photoshop. This is no, oh, it's a reflection. No. They are there. And this is what I've been trying to tell everybody from the very beginning. When you see these people come on TV, these things want to make themselves known. They want you to see them. They don't want to hide no more. They know their time is almost up. They know their time is almost up. They do not want to hide anymore. And as you can see, it's watching right over Obama's shoulder. And Obama, ridiculous person as he is, he plays right along with them. They are basically controlling these people. These people have given up everything right over to them, including our country.
Good evening. I appreciate the opportunity to speak directly to the American people tonight about how we can end this shutdown and meet the needs of the American people.
Oh God, give me a break. You gotta give me a break. Somebody give me a Kit Kat bar. This makes no sense. These people are stubborn, and you know, if you had to hire such people, these would be the right type of people. These Democrats right here, this Pelosi and this Chuck guy, they'd be the perfect ones because they will hold to their job title. But unfortunately, in this situation, they're doing it all backwards because they all for the New World Order people. That's why they don't want the borders. Now, just 5 years ago, or a little bit more in Obama's era, this guy, this Chuck guy, was saying
the bill is passed.
Move to reconsider. Lay it on the table.
Without objection.
The bill before us will certainly do some good. It will authorize some badly needed funding for better fences and better security along our borders, and that should help stem some of the tide of illegal immigration.
Border. We gotta do this for the border. They're coming in. Illegal aliens. Illegal. Now today he changed his tune. He's like a radio station. They go from playing one song and then they go to another song and start playing something totally different. Now they're like, oh, we have a president that actually wants to do that. All right. You gotta change the tune now because these guys now want to do that. So let's flip the script. But anyway, I had actually posted something today about these two, and it's so funny because it's like they're like rocks. And you know what? I had to question this. I had to question if these two were clones or some type of under some type of MK Ultra situation going on here, because you know this is just not natural. The looks on their face, their bodies. That's the scariest part. Their bodies do not even budge. Like, I couldn't stand there for that long and that stiff unless I was being controlled by something else.
Sadly, much of what we heard from President Trump throughout this senseless shutdown has been full of misinformation and even malice. The president has chosen fear. We want to start with the facts.
Yeah, there is no facts. I mean, what facts do these people got to prove? I mean, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flags in the background. Now, that's something that I was trying to figure out myself. The 6 flags. What's really going on here? Because that is a message of his own anyways. And look at this Chuck guy. Look at those eyes, man. Dead on. We know you're reading from a teleprompter, sir. You don't have to fake it or you know, whatever you do. But anyway, they couldn't even come out and say their own message from their own heads. They have to be controlled. They have to be told what to do. Because Trump is the bad guy. Trump is the guy who came in and stopped the satanic situations that were going on. The killing of innocent mass people. Yes, Trump is the bad guy. I'm not saying everything Trump is doing is right. I'm saying that he put a monkey wrench into their plans. Now these people are stuck now. They stuck. And this is how they try to convince you, oh, he's a bad guy. You know, technically, it's both these people's fault. If you want to be honest, two people can't make a deal. So now everybody got to suffer over 800,000. Some people, which can be more. But anyway, we're going to hang out with the 800,000. 800,000 and more people don't have a job. I mean, excuse me. Probably won't have a job after this. But anyway, don't get paid. And because 3 people or more cannot make a deal. This is absolutely ridiculous. And they shift all the blame on Trump. And what are you doing? You know, like, if you really cared about those American people getting their money, you would have done something instead of saying, well, we're just going to sit here and wait on Trump to do something. Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Try Trump. Right.
The fact is, on the very first day of this Congress, House Democrats passed Senate Republican legislation to reopen government and fund smart, effective border security solutions.
If this is America and they print their own money, why we don't got no cash?
But the president is rejecting these bipartisan bills which would reopen government over his obsession with forcing American taxpayers to waste billions of dollars on an expensive and ineffective wall.
But you had no problem paying $8 billion to ISIS. I'm sorry.
A wall he always promised Mexico would pay for. The fact is, President Trump has chosen to hold hostage critical services for the health, safety, and well-being of the American people.
Yeah, you're going to be ending up holding hostage to the American people anyways because you're trying to usher in that new world order. We're not stupid. Look at Chuck keeping that straight face. Straight shooter.
And withhold the paychecks of 800,000 innocent workers across
I mean, seriously, would you play pool with a guy with a face like that?
the nation, many of them veterans. He promised to keep government shut down for months or years, no matter whom it hurts. That's just plain wrong.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you because you're going to get paid at the end of the day. You're going to go home and eat your little dinners and your little fried chickens and hang out with your little family members and enjoy life, going shopping and working. And no, it doesn't affect you, doesn't it? No.
The fact is, we all agree we need to secure our borders while honoring our values. We can build the infrastructure and roads at our ports of entry. We can install new technology to scan cars and trucks for drugs coming into our nation. We can hire the personnel we need to facilitate trade and immigration at the border. We can fund more innovation to detect unauthorized crossings.
But no wall. You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? No wall. Now listen, I'm not for the wall or against the wall, but listen. The wall represents a monkey wrench into the what? The new world order, and that's why they won't do it. Because technically Trump was not supposed to become president. Technically your little Hillary Clinton was supposed to carry on the bandwagon.
The fact is, the women and children at the border are not a security threat. They are a humanitarian challenge, a challenge that President Trump's own cruel and counterproductive policies have only deepened.
But seriously, they should not be getting the Mother of the Year award for putting their children in danger. I'm just saying.
And the fact is, President Trump must stop holding the American people hostage, must stop manufacturing a crisis, and must reopen the government.
This lady just said, hold the American people hostage. Technically, we got chemtrails going on in the sky. We got GMO in the foods and all that type of stuff. Who's really holding who to hostage?
Thank you.
So as we sit there and you hear this, their thing is more this government shutdown, government shutdown, government shutdown. I will say Schumer is a much better portrayal person. Portrayal is not stiffness in the sense of they don't move. They do move, but they move like a pendulum. So if the right side moves, the left side has to move with it in the exact same direction instead of compensating. And that's portrayal. And it's basically, it's acting. He's just acting. I'm acting like I care. I'm acting like I respect you. I'm acting as if I'm superior. No, I take that back. He is superior, and at least in his mind.
American democracy doesn't work that way. We don't govern by temper tantrum. No president should pound the table and demand he gets his way, or else the government shuts down. hurting millions of Americans.
So you see the head down in the movement, in the positive. It's an emphasis, but you don't see the shoulders compensate for the neck movement. That's that portrayal. I would suggest tell the truth to yourself in the mirror and then try to convince yourself of something else and you'll see portrayal. I really don't want to do these two. I think I just explained their tactic, and at this moment I'm very happy to say that the world is waking up.